Imagine surviving tuberculosis as a child when doctors said you had no chance. That was how Violet Jessop's life began. She was born in Argentina in 1887, and after her father died, her family moved to London. When her mother became seriously ill, Violet had to leave school and help support the family. Later, she decided to follow her mother's path and work as a stewardess on an ocean liner. But at 21, she looked too young and attractive for the job, so she deliberately dressed in a way that made her seem older and stricter, enough to keep men away. And somehow, it worked. After getting the job, Violet worked 18 hours a day, cleaning cabins, doing laundry, and serving food. At the time, the White Star Line was rapidly conquering the transatlantic travel market and building its famous giant liners, the Olympic, the Titanic, and the Britannic. In 1911, Violet was transferred to the massive Olympic. The company's ships were considered very safe thanks to a system of watertight compartments designed to protect the vessel from sinking. However, on September 20th, 1911, the Olympic collided with a British cruiser, which tore a large hole in its hull. 2 compartments were flooded, but the ship remained afloat and was sent for repairs. Soon, Violet heard that a new liner, the Titanic, was hiring. At first, she did not want to transfer, but her relatives and friends convinced her, promising her an unforgettable voyage. On the night of April 14th to 15th, 1912, after saying a prayer, she went to sleep. Not long after, she was awakened by a dull impact. The ship had struck an iceberg. When the evacuation began, many passengers did not understand how serious the danger was and were slow to board the lifeboats. Violet was told to get into one of them to help reassure the other women by her example. At that moment, one of the officers unexpectedly handed her a baby that was not hers. Only once the half-empty lifeboat had moved away did she realize the true scale of the catastrophe. The bow of the giant liner was slowly disappearing beneath the water. About 1,500 people died in the disaster. Later, aboard the rescue ship Carpathia, a woman ran up to Violet, silently took the baby from her arms, and walked away without saying a word. It would seem that after something like that, anyone would leave the sea forever, but not Violet. When the First World War began, she became a nurse for the British Red Cross, and in 1916 she found herself aboard White Star Line's third liner, the Britannic. The ship was repainted in the colors of a hospital vessel, marked with red crosses, and converted into a floating hospital. Its captain was Charles Bartlett, who had been nicknamed Iceberg Charlie for his ability to avoid collisions with ice. But on the morning of November 21st, 1916, even his experience could not help. In the Aegean Sea, the ship struck a mine, or, according to another version, was hit by a torpedo. This time, the evacuation began immediately. Having learned from the Titanic, Violet's first instinct was to grab her toothbrush. But soon, a new deadly danger appeared. The captain was trying to reach the nearest island and did not stop the engines. Because of that, the lifeboats began to be pulled toward the giant spinning propellers. Violet had to jump straight into the water, even though she could not swim. Miraculously, she survived and managed to climb into a boat. The Britannic sank in just 55 minutes, taking 30 lives with it. After everything she had been through, Violet Jessop earned the nickname Miss Unsinkable, and she truly deserved it. After surviving 3 of the greatest maritime disasters, she continued working at sea for more than 30 years and lived to the age of 83.